Hi YouTube. This week I have something a little bit different for you again. I've recorded a coaching call with Raphael. He's a member of the Actuary Accelerator Community. In this coaching call, we talk about some really important topics. First, we talk about whether he should start looking for an internship in the casualty and property area of insurance, or if he should go into life insurance. He's wondering this because he's thinking that he wants to go into general insurance, but he's not 100% sure. So we talk a lot about that. We also talk about how he can leverage his experience in finance, real estate, and investing in order to make sure he stands out as a top candidate for actuarial positions. This is a really great interview. I loved it because he is ready for an actuarial job. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets into one. So watch this video and I'm sure you're going to learn more about how you can become a top candidate for actuarial positions too. Okay, I'll see you at the end. Bye for now.
Hello, Raphael. Welcome. I'm so glad that you were able to do this today. So we are recording a coaching call, and Raphael is actually a member of the Actuary Accelerator Community, where I'm helping people start from like the very beginning of their actuarial journey, go through all the different stages, and turn into a top candidate, an in-demand actuarial candidate, and get their first full-time job. So Raphael is one of our many members, and I'm so glad to have you. But yeah, today he's here for a coaching call. We're going to get to know Raphael a little bit better, and he has some questions to ask, and I'm just going to help him with whatever he needs help with in his actuarial career. So welcome, Raphael.
Thanks, Brie. Yeah, my name's Raphael. I'm a financial mathematics student at Ryerson, so I decided to go back to school to, figure out a different career path. I originally studied theoretical physics at Queen's, and then after some time working, it's like, okay, what can I actually do that does math that actually pays nice? Okay, so let's go
on actuarial work.
Yeah, so let's sell our soul to the financial devil and figure out how we can make a better living working in the financial industry. So that's really what led me down to finance.
Okay.
And then during my time in finance, it's like, okay, learning more about like different financial tools. And then it's like, okay, don't really want to know this kind of stuff. It's not really floating my boat. Ended up taking a course on risk management and insurance and learning about the insurance industry and what it's supposed to do. And I'm like, okay, maybe I could do this. Sure, we're counting how many people end up dead in a period of time or how many houses go up in flames in the next and many years.
Yeah.
But I'd much rather that than study the stock market all day. So that's really what got me to go, okay, let's go down the actuarial path.
Okay, awesome. So that was your first exposure to actuarial work, or have you heard of it before that course?
It was more like the insurance industry and then going, okay, let's pivot into that direction. And then I did ASNA and I also did the CIS, like the Casualty Actuary Society summer program.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I learned about pricing, learned about reserving, and I'm like, okay, I could do this as a career. And then, wrote PNFM over the summer under COVID conditions.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you've come a long way already. When did you start working on this? How long has it been?
About a year and a bit.
Yeah?
A year, actually, under a year, just under a year.
Okay, so you've already passed 2 exams. Let's talk a little bit about your technical skills so I can get a good sense of what you have in terms of that.
Okay. Yeah, so I extensively work with Excel. I've also used R, P, Python. So R and Python and MATLAB, a lot of MATLAB because of school.
Okay, so that experience is all from school, not in an actual like workplace environment?
With the workplace, I've had to use Excel mostly for like basic stress testing and like basic analysis for like data set from MLS. So there's some stuff on Excel that gets done on Excel.
Okay, awesome. And what about in terms of your there's my other cat. So before we started talking, my black cat jumped up here and now my other one is here.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about what other relevant experience you might have, and then we'll go into your questions.
Okay, sure. So yeah, so right now I'm working in the financial industry, working for a boutique real estate investment firm,
Okay.
and so I basically help underwrite loans for commercial real estate.
Okay.
So contractors come, they ask for like, oh, we need a couple $1,000,000 to do this project. It's gonna be like we're looking to build, I don't know, a bunch of condos in this part of Ontario. And then I go look into MLS to figure out, okay, how likely is this thing going to get sold if it actually goes up in the next year to 2 years?
Okay. It sounds like you have already been applying some of the same concepts that you'd be using in actuarial work just to real estate and investing in that sort of thing. So that's really good. Awesome experience. Okay. So it sounds like you have some really good technical skills. You've got 2 exams passed. You have some relevant experience, and those are really the 3 high priority things that I want everyone to focus on when they want to be an actuary. So you're in a really good place right now. So what questions do you have? I know you had a few that you had emailed to me, so let's start with your first one.
Sure. Okay, so my first question was really like, after going through what I've gone through, it's like actually I'm more interested in going down the general insurance route.
Okay.
So I'm still like finishing up with university. Should I try to like get an internship with life and health, even though I know I'm not ultimately going to be in that world as a career?
Okay. So one thing, and I kind of fell into this trap too. I got an internship in property and casualty insurance, and I really loved it. And I thought that I wanted to work in that industry for sure. But then I ended up getting a job in life insurance an internship in life insurance. And then I learned that I like them both. So even though right now you're feeling like you might want to go into general insurance, and by the way, why is it that you are thinking general insurance?
Just looking at the exam set, and I actually find the casualty insurance one to be a little bit more fun. It's more math centric rather than finance centric.
Okay.
Kind of what made me go, okay, I think I want to go down this path. If I'm going to be studying so many exams, I'd much rather do something I find fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty good at.
Okay. Yeah, so you might find actually that the different kinds of work, like you're applying the same concepts to insurance no matter where you are. So I don't think that you're going to really find a huge difference, but since you are kind of set in one way, I would advise you to try to find an internship if you can in another area, just so that you can see and get a sense of what you might be doing in different types of insurance. And that way you're going to know that either you are open to jobs in any area, or if you really do just want to focus in the general insurance area.
Okay.
Because like I said, I thought that once I had that internship in casualty property insurance, I thought that was the way I wanted to go. But the life insurance internship, it kind of changed my mind and allowed me to see that they're both really interesting to me, and I like them both. And I ended up getting a job in life insurance.
Okay.
So that's one suggestion. And another thing is that it's hard to be picky right now. Like the actuarial environment, it's competitive. So you want to try as best as possible to keep your options open.
Okay.
So even though you're looking at general insurance right now, and that's totally fine, you can certainly apply to those types of jobs, but I do encourage you to be open to just any kind of jobs that you can get, because it might be hard to really, like, it just might be a very narrow pool of jobs that are available in exactly what you want.
Okay.
Life insurance, mostly, I believe it was like about 50% of actuaries are in life and health related positions. So that area it's probably really likely that you will end up getting into the life insurance industry, or the life insurance side of things. So it's one thing to think about, but I do really encourage you to just try different things. You never know. You might end up liking something else that you didn't expect to. and that's going to open up job opportunities for you too.
Okay.
And it will also allow you to know if you don't like it, because maybe you really aren't going to be interested in life insurance, and that's a great thing to know early on too. So that's what I would recommend. Any questions regarding that?
So I guess it's more like, okay, put off taking Mass 1 until after, or is that more like just take up and write just write the IFM for the March sitting and then go from there?
Yeah, so with you have such a great background. And how many years of school do you have left? Or when are you?
Next term is the last term where I have to be in school in day class. The rest of the classes I have left can be done through night school at Ryerson.
Okay.
I could technically start working or get into a co-op internship type role.
Yeah, that would be awesome if you could.
Yeah.
Right now, with your qualifications, I do think you have a really good chance of being able to get into an actuarial job. So I don't think you'll have too much trouble finding an internship. Yeah, you have, like I said at the beginning, you have the exams, 2 exams, which will be great for an internship. You have the relevant experience, you have the technical skills. So I think you're in a really good place now. And once you pass, if you do decide to pass another exam, that would certainly be a good use of your time. But I don't think you need to go any further in your exam process.
In the exam prep. Okay.
Because that's how most people end up deciding which track they're going to take, is just by what exam, or sorry, which
industry they end up.
They do.
Okay.
And I do think with 3 exams, you're going to be in a good place. In Canada, the competition is a little bit more than in the US. So since you are in Canada, you may end up having to get another one, but I'd really just start applying online everywhere you can and see what the feedback from employers is. If they're saying you don't have enough exams, then that will be your clue to keep on passing more. But I don't think you're going to find that. I think you're going to have a really good chance of getting a job.
Okay. Great. Yeah, so the next one is more, how do I then leverage, like coming from a university that's not a traditional actuarial school, how do I leverage like the coursework that I've previously done that's more geared towards finance into the actuarial world?
Okay, great question. So with you, since you do have such a great, like a lot of relevant experience, I think you really want to focus on that on your resume. Your schooling is still going to be important, and you should still add that to your resume, but I don't think you need to focus much on the courses that you took and everything like that. What you really should emphasize is your technical skills and all your related experience that you have, along with your exams that you've passed.
Okay.
So when you go and by the way, have you gone through the Resume Master course in the Accelerator community yet?
I've done like the videos on there, and then ended up like formatting like the resume I currently have was really an amalgamation of like your feedback and like the career department at Ryerson as well. Okay. And then just recommendation on shortening up to like 1 page instead of a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up with mine. But yeah. Okay,
awesome. That's good to hear. So when you are working on your resume, you really want to make sure that you are displaying looking at what actuarial employers are looking for, and making sure that you are including anything on your resume that you have past experience with. So if you've had on-the-job experience with Excel and other things, SAS, Python, if you had those, if you have on-the-job experience with those, you really want to emphasize that a lot on your resume. Okay. And if you have any data analysis, I think you said you did some stress testing or...
Yeah, so there's a bunch of stress tests I've had to do. One was like looking at real estate. So taking a potential condominium that's going to go up in a certain part of Ontario, what's the likelihood of it being sold in a certain amount of time?
Right, okay.
So taking data from MLS and then figuring out how many will actually be sold or what the market looks like for this. That's one application I've done. Another application I've also done was stress testing investors and seeing if they can actually handle the financial loss if this investment actually goes sideways. And does this affect their pension, like their retirement fund down the road, and how many years of retirement income does it lose if they actually end up losing their investment amount?
Okay, wow, awesome. Yeah, so stress testing is a big part of actuarial work, so you definitely want to emphasize that. Anything relating to if you've looked at financial statements, which you probably have, balance sheets, income statements, that sort of thing, you want to include any work you've done on that on your resume, and just anything that actuarial employers are going to find valuable and you've done it in past work, you want to make sure you're emphasizing that a lot in your resume and in your career profile section. So right at the top of your resume, if you watch the course, you remember the career profile section right at the top of your resume. You're going to definitely want to emphasize your experience with stress testing and financial income statement or financial statements, that sort of thing, and your technical experience too.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you do that, I think you're going to have a really good chance of getting into the insurance industry and into actuarial career.
Okay, sounds promising. And then the other one is machine learning, because that's actually a set of electives I'm interested in taking.
Okay.
How could I leverage that into as an actuarial candidate?
Okay, so that's going to be courses that you've taken, not experience that you actually have yet, right?
That is true.
Okay, so when you put on your education section of your resume, when you put if you put any relevant courses and stuff there, then you can just put those courses kind of under your education or relevant courses section. Okay. But you don't just want to put the name of the course. Make sure that you're kind of explaining what the important things are that you learned in that course so that they see how that course is relevant. Because if you just put the name, they don't necessarily know exactly what you learned, what you did. So you want to make sure you're bringing out some of the most important parts of that course and emphasizing those on your resume.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think that's it for now then. But yeah.
Okay, so I think you have a very promising actuarial career ahead of you, and I'm looking forward to keeping in touch and seeing how things go. And good luck with your schooling.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, that was great.
All right, bye, Raphael.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed that interview with Raphael. He is such a great candidate for actuarial positions. I can't wait to see how his career progresses. If you want to be a member of the Actuary Accelerator community, where you can get personal help from me and tons of guidance and mentorship on how to become a top, in-demand actuarial candidate, then go check out the Actuary Accelerator community. It's got step-by-step guidance on what you can be doing at each stage of your actuarial journey to make sure that you're doing everything you possibly can to get that full-time actuarial job. I'd love to be a part of your actuarial journey. Go check out the Actuary Accelerator community. I'll leave a link right down below in the description. See you in the next video. Bye for now.